I've been in Mexico for 3 years, and our initial plan was to come here, build a house, and just live simply. But after 3 years, after realizing how difficult so many things are, so many aspects of life are here in our particular area, I'm sure in other areas as well, but I say that because I mean not everywhere in Mexico. We've had so many problems with finding construction people who can do a good job. We've had money stolen from us. We've had property stolen from us. We've had people lie to us, constantly lie to us. So many people have lied, and we've just had a very difficult time. On top of all of that, there's the whole not being able to afford to live here anymore, or to build. You can live here fine if you have somewhere to stay, but as far as building material, finding a contractor to build, to finish our house and our gym property, it's just not feasible anymore. We have come to the realization that not only can we not do it because we can't afford it anymore, we've already used all of our savings. Prices on everything just keep getting higher and higher. There is one house that has been built not very far from where we were building our house, and it's a 2-story, and it's been unfinished since we got here 3 years ago. The last bit of work that they did on it was a roof, and it's still got a long way to go, and we have been told that they have already spent over $70,000 or $80,000 building this house, and it's not really even that big. I mean, it's 2-story, but you got to take into consideration that 2-story here doesn't necessarily mean the same as it is in the United States. When you say 2-story in the United States, you think of a big house, but that's not the case. So just the cost to finish that house is probably going to be double that. So you say, between $140,000 and $180,000 just to build a 2-story concrete house. And you can buy a house, very livable, a nice house for $180,000, way less than $180,000 in the United States. So then, of course, we have problems with the electricity going out all the time, and we started thinking, why do we want to invest so much money into a place where the utilities aren't even dependable? And a lot of people would say, well, it's simpler living, it's cheaper, and yes, all that is true in some aspects, but it's definitely not what we had hoped, what we had expected. So the point is, we're probably not looking to stay here forever. There's a lot of other things that go in with this conversation that I'm not going to get into publicly. There are a lot of other reasons why we have just decided we're probably not going to stay. We don't know where we're going to go, but we're just starting to look at life a little differently. Instead of planting our roots in one place that we're not even sure we want to be here at all because of all of the other problems that we deal with. It just doesn't make sense to us anymore. So yeah, we've just decided that we're probably gonna find another place to live in Mexico. We don't know at this point what we're doing. We don't know when we're going to make any decisions, but we do know we're not continuing our build. We're just, we don't have the funds for it. By the time if we did continue, by the time we finished, you know, it'd probably be 10, 15 years from now. And nothing makes sense. You know, our plans just don't make sense anymore. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. We just want to make the best of our time here, and instead of stressing over construction and labor and being able to pay for all of this stuff, we want to enjoy while we're here. We want to get out and do things, go places. And you know, that's another thing. We went to Merida a couple of weeks ago, and we had planned to stay the whole week, just for like a little vacation. And he went there for some boxing stuff, and we found out that the electricity went out here in our studio, and we're not here to run the generator, to keep our refrigerator cool, to keep our food from spoiling. So we came back and had to throw a lot of stuff away because it was out for 2 days. And we didn't expect that, because it's been a long time since we've had that long of without electricity. So there's that aspect too. We can't even really go anywhere for a vacation or long periods of time. Number one, because of the electricity and our food being spoiled. There's other things, like little things that seem little, but really they're big. Every time it rains, since our roof is flat, it holds the water on top. So every time it rains, my husband goes out there and sweeps the water off the roof, because if he doesn't, the water seeps into the concrete, and then you can see it on the ceiling inside our studio, and it causes mold. So if we don't keep the roof clean every single time it rains, we end up with mold inside our studio, and then we have to spend the money to repaint. And then, of course, there's always that thing, something else that we just have not been able to come to terms with, is that we don't like leaving our home unattended. Because people in this particular area sometimes like to break into people's homes, and everybody knows everybody. Everybody sees when someone's not there. So it kind of gets around when someone's not home, and there have been so many homes broken into and just things like that. And, you know, we don't have a lot of stuff, but we have stuff, and we want to hold on to the little stuff that we have left. And we just worry that, you know, if we're not here 24 hours a day, that someone could potentially try to break into our home. So, like I said, there's just so many things that have just kind of changed our direction about living here, about making a home here, spending any more money, putting any more money into this place. And we don't want to do something else. We want to enjoy instead of stress. So right now we are at the lagoon. I'm sitting in the truck. My husband is cleaning the water out of the boat. As you can see, he's down there. We do have a boat, and you know, we've taken it out. As you know, we've put up several videos of him, or of us going fishing and whatnot. And every time it rains, he has to come out here and clean the boat out. And I know you might be asking, well, why doesn't he just turn it upside down? And there are reasons for that as well. I don't remember what those reasons are, but I just know that there are some reasons. But anyway, let me roll this window up. There's another guy out here, and let's go see what he's doing. I gotta watch for snakes. one day I was sitting out here and he was getting worms, and a gigantic snake, the biggest snake I've ever seen in my life except on a movie or something, slithered past, and it was very scary. Wow, you got it all out.
Yeah, I said to myself before I take it out the hot water.
Uh-huh.
Okay, be careful. You need to check first if no is fish inside.
Yeah.
Every time I come in, over water here, always find it like baby fish. And yes, when I try to take out a little tiny water, was 2 tiny fish surviving. Yeah, and I tried to show you.
Yeah.
I saw you was busy, so I let go. Yeah. So 2 fish. And always wonder.
How do they get in there?
I was wondering the whole time because I was searching. One time I find before today, last time when I come into 22, I found the worm and was searching on the side, and I find it was like bleeding. So that means it's like when kids coming to fishing and catching the baby one.
Yeah.
You see, and they dropping it here inside.
Probably.
And so because I found the one was hurt like on the side, because the one put it back because it's going bother. You know when.
So just throw them in the boat.
Yeah. So, and these two, I was searching. I don't find anything. I mean, how the world being here? So I started thinking maybe fell from the sky. When I was a little boy, I always
because that's where fish come from, is the clouds.
When I was a little boy, fish fell from the sky. I started, believe that crazy, ridiculous thing. And then I went to the corner and I find the door on the corner.
Yeah.
A worm, dead worm. So that means kids coming to fishing here and put his worm over there and probably catching that baby fish and dropping it here.
Yeah, look at all these baby fish.
Yeah.
The minnows.
Yeah.
Probably can't
So
see them.
yeah, it's the kids been dropping fish here inside.
Tiny minnows, can't really see them.
No fish, no fell from the sky.
So tell me why, instead of emptying the water out of the boat, what's the reason for not making it upside down so water doesn't get in the boat?
I can't. It's heavy.
It's too heavy. Yeah, that's a good reason.
And in the another side, you see how it's a little open, wide side.
Yeah.
And it's like hill easy, and also it's grass.
Yeah, it's a lot probably easier over there.
The area is plain, so when I push it to the hill, it's easy to turn around. But here, we're on the road.
Yeah, there's nowhere to do it, really.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I was talking on the video.
I tried to do it. I was another day, part of my body was in the water. I tried to turn from outside in the water. Maybe that way I can put, but the problem is why turn it on the side, get it water inside, and was heavy, and I can't push it out. So that way I leave it like that way. That's the reason. Yeah, it's heavy, and also it's complicated. I don't have way where I can standing well.
I was talking to them about how we just don't really feel like building anymore. About wasting so much money and all the reasons why that we're kind of stopping the dream of building a house here and making a life here in this particular spot.
Because it's hard.
It's very hard.
Not only is the area, not only is expensive buy stuff for building a house. No, it's too much like competition. It's definitely very hard, expensive, and the job we've been doing like has been hard. And my side, nothing I can't accomplish so far. So no, we don't have.
Neither one of us have money.
Main thing is the money. We don't have that. We don't have money coming up, and that's the big reason.
That's the main reason, but
The
not the
main-
only reason.
And reason we came building our house in the tiny saving we had before. I feel like it just was like buy a brick.
Yeah.
We don't reach no much, you know.
Like that one house I was talking about that's not far from where our build is.
Yeah.
It took what, like $70,000 for them to build that. It's not even done. And you know, if you had $140,000, you know, like in the United States, we could go buy. You know, obviously, we're not going to do that, but you know, you can just take $140,000 and go buy, even in other parts of Mexico, and just go buy a house somewhere. But here, in this particular spot, it's like so expensive that you can't even finish building a house for $140,000 US.
The situation, everything is hard, is making us having doubts.
A lot of doubts.
Not only doubt, we see like really it's hard in this area, and making us like we think better. Like we don't this far. It's 3 years. We don't accomplish anything, and it's gonna come in another 3 years, 6 years, 9 years, 12 years, and we're gonna be in the same situation. We don't see in the future, you know. Sometimes I know sometimes we need to give time to we can see things, but the thing is it's a lot of things like us, our job, the money situation, and the what we've been planning to do, and we're working a little. Nothing is we've been accomplished. We've been crashing in a wall, like sounds like almost like something tell us like stop.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Something's telling us to stop.
We don't belong to here.
No.
Everything is like it's temporary. Enjoy the time, but you know, the process is hard. To try to see it, to figure out this thing, is hard. You know, only I know is like we need to pushing us, keep going. I don't know where is the direction, the right direction, but we know for sure, no, it's here.
And another thing is like most people think along the same lines. They think, okay, so we got money, now let's build a house. Let's plant our roots somewhere. Let's do something somewhere. But sometimes that's not the answer to everything. And I think that's just like a mentality that everybody has, that they have to build and find a spot and stay there. So I don't know if I agree with that anymore, even though that used to be my mentality forever. I didn't want to go anywhere else. And now I'm just like tired of being in the same spot because nothing's happening.
So much dream we have, even no one is happening.
Not one.
Every time we think we are close to something, is when we realize is when we are so far.
Yeah.
You know. Only thing we can do just enjoy beautiful moment like this.
Yeah.
Because that is life. Beautiful moments like few moments.
Enjoy the moment
Enjoy
and
the moment.
stop stressing over the process, because sometimes the process doesn't work.
Look so happy in the water. No need
Yeah.
to pay bills.
They don't have to pay bills. They don't have to worry about construction men stealing from us or doing a bad job, or they don't have to spend a bunch of money for their little hole in the water where they sleep, if they sleep. I don't
Yeah.
even know if they sleep or not.
And then this no need worry about any danger monster can come
No.
and catch it. No, just living in his area. He free, no worries, no stress. Yeah, look that tiny one coming to the shore, and then can go. What is this tiny ones?
We call them minnows
Minnows?
in the United States. That's usually what we use to as bait, either minnows or worms or crickets. Because you can hook a little fish to catch a bigger fish.
Here on the shore.
Usually, yeah.
So never go in the deep.
Well, they do, but they probably do stay up around the shallow areas.
No worries.
No worries.
Just living like another beautiful day.
Now we're on the property, the gym property, and it still looks exactly the same way it did 3 years ago when we came here. You see the inside. He's been keeping it clean, but we have not been able to do any more work on it. So it's just gonna be kind of abandoned like so many other structures out here. So many people do that. They get a little bit of money and they start building, and then the building just stops, which is understandable. You know, people can't just come up with all the money at once. But some of them also never start back up again, and it looks like that's going to be us as well.
This concrete okay. 7 months ago and look like very old.
Wow, it does.
It's a mosquito. You have something already here. I was standing a mosquito. Landing.
Well,
Landing or lagging?
use my mosquito spray.
I take the right way.
You want some?
Okay. Especially my leg. Yeah. Okay. One went to my face and I smacking myself. Yeah, I don't know if you see my red here.
Yeah, it does look a little red.
Yeah, give you a snap.
He's put a lot of work into this concrete walkway. I know you've seen videos, many videos, that he basically did this mostly himself. His brother helped with a little bit of it, but he did most of this. And it's just kind of a shame, because we've put so much effort and so much work into it, and it feels like it's all for nothing. But that's okay, because There are other things in life to worry about. There are other things to focus on, and always needing to do what the world expects is not always a good thing. Sometimes you have to go your own way. Sometimes you have to do something completely different, something completely drastic. And so when we figure out exactly what that is, that's what we're going to do. And if something changes later on down the line, and you know, because it's life, things change, your mind changes, and you go back to the first plan. There's so many ways that this could go, but right now we just want something different. We want to go somewhere different. We don't feel productive here. All the hard work is endless, and then there's nothing for a return. There's nothing that we can show as a result. And like I said, 3 years and everything's exactly the same as it was. Just a few little exceptions here and there, but we are going to stay positive. We're not going to let this defeat us or get us down. We're just going to go with the flow, so to speak. So when life doesn't turn out how you plan, what do?
You keep going.
You keep going.
That's
You go in different directions.
Just keep going strong. Never look back. Just strong, and learn what we've been passing. You know, learn from that. Try to be better, because you never know. Something is coming. Like we don't expect it, like always.
Mm-hmm.
And then this can be a good moment in the right time, you know. When we try looking for the right moment, the right time, we never gonna find it. That when we don't expecting something, it will show up.
Yeah, that's true.
So you never know. You know, I don't lost my hope for my gym, for my house, for be champion of the world, and for a lot of things, so many things. But I know things not gonna be the way I want it, but it's gonna be something else. Like I don't expecting, but I feel I'm gonna be enjoying. Everything is gonna take our energy. So no matter what we do, always is something taken from us. You want to give up, like quit, that's gonna cost you something.
Oh yeah, of course.
So
you don't give up. You just sometimes you have to take detours or completely different roads.